This place is going to be completely empty in about 20 years.
My neighbors are aliens. There's no other way around it.
Hey, Segovia, back with another one. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. Y'all, we got a good one coming up today. We got colleges being empty in 20 years. Beat declined by 80%. Cold front like never seen before. We got a lot to get into today, y'all. Make sure you guys watch from start to finish. It really helps the channel grow. But with that being said, let's do what we came here for. Let's get into it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
This place is going to be completely empty in about 20 years. You guys should enjoy, because you're like probably in the last 10 years of what college is. Artificial intelligence is going to make these places largely obsolete. These colleges are slow to react, they're bureaucratic, and a lot of you guys are going to college for jobs that literally will not exist in 5 years. Artificial intelligence will delete them, and you guys are going to have debt. 4 years where you went to some football games and like you're like, what did I do for those 4 years? I'm being honest, like artificial intelligence will eliminate entire majors for you guys in the next 5 to 10 years. And so why are you here? I haven't got a good answer to that, actually. So instead, you should try to make yourself the greatest person you can through either travel, learning another language, culture, reading a bunch of deep books, things that typically don't always happen on college campuses. Here's my advice. The time that it takes and the money that you have to spend to go to a college like this, I think is much better suited, either traveling the world, culturing yourself, interning, or spending time around people that know what they're doing.
If you ever get lost in the ocean and see this red buoy, your situation is far worse than you think. This marker exists in only one place on Earth, the legendary Point Nemo. And sharks, or sea predators, are actually the least of your problems if you end up here. What makes this place terrifying is that the closest humans to Point Nemo aren't sailors or nearby islanders. It's astronauts orbiting 400 kilometers above Earth on the ISS. That's how isolated this region is. Point Nemo is the most remote location on the entire planet, farther from land than anywhere else on Earth. Even Easter Island, famous for its mysterious stone heads, is 2,668 kilometers away, and that's the nearest piece of land. Don't expect ships to pass by either. The storms here are so violent that almost no vessels dare to enter this zone. Pieces of old satellites often fall into this area because there are absolutely no people or ships anywhere nearby. For thousands of kilometers, it's just empty ocean with nothing living around you. To see real footage from this region, search Point Nemo on TikTok.
Busta Rhymes is the biggest sissy in hip-hop. They've been engaged in homosexual behavior. And New York is the home of sissies in hip-hop. Africa Bambaataa, sissy. Diddy, sissy. Queen Latifah, sissy. It's all sissies coming out of New York. They brought sissies into the game. Gang Star, no, you take that back now. Light ain't no sissy. We got a little hair right here, but she ain't no sissy. New York brought sissy shit into the game. It wasn't Atlanta. New York brought sissy shit into the world of hip hop. Russell Simmons, sissy. Africa Bambaataa, sissy. Diddy, sissy. Gang Star, Guru, sissy. They're sissies. Busta Rhymes, big old burly sissy. They sissies. New York, y'all are the ground zero for hip hop, but y'all also have introduced something else. New player alert. Gangsta sissy. The gangsta sissies all come out of New York. All of them get beards and everything. Acting tough and shit. Sit your ass down, boy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all at Diddy parties. Diddy party, you ain't no gangster nigga. You in the watch. If you in there watching that, what is you? So these got baby oil.
Yeah.
And this here and everything. Jamie Foxx is sissy too, by the way. Jamie Foxx is sissy. Jamie Foxx, you was a sissy, Jamie Foxx. And then he bust your Pimp C voice, he bust your back up.
Get deodorant that has no aluminum in it because it causes Alzheimer's. And use stainless steel pots and pans or cast iron, not aluminum pots and pans.
What did you say aluminum does to you?
Alzheimer's.
You said it stays in you.
It's in your brain and it don't wash out.
Oh, got it.
And
okay.
So I didn't know that for a long time.
Yeah, I'm just starting to learn about it right now, but I saw that these were on sale and I was like, wow.
I'm real proud for you to do that.
Thank you.
Okay, who in their right mind thought it was going to be a great idea right next to this cell tower? Whoop. Multi-million-dollar homes. So there's studies on this. There was one in particular out of South America, and it was looking at breast cancer incidence, and breast cancer was way higher if you live within 500 meters of a cell phone tower. So don't be silly. Don't think that there's no impact of that.
Can you imagine buying one of these houses right here, beautiful brand new houses in Arizona, and sharing a driveway with Quick Trip? Yes. You share a driveway with Quick Trip to get to your driveway. So God forbid if a crackhead wanted some change, a lighter, maybe a cigarette, he'd probably come right up to your front door asking for it. Fucking crazy. I don't see these houses selling at all.
It's crazy, y'all. Y'all don't even know what happens at Quick Trips. Like Quick Trip, it goes down at Quick Trips in Arizona. I couldn't. Why would you even think to build houses right there? Like who? I feel sorry for the person that lives from a different state that is moving there blindly. And they're like, oh, cool, a gas station, like right there at our convenience. And they move in there without even looking. And they got to deal with that all night. Quick Trip, it goes down in Phoenix, y'all. It goes down at Quick Trips.
Over 20 years ago, everybody was talking about, well, in the circles I ran in, the mark of the beast was your social security number. Because it was very similar that you can't buy or sell, you can't open a bank account, you can't get a mortgage, you can't get a job.
We're going all caps here.
All caps.
All caps.
All
Okay.
caps.
Yeah,
on
lay it
the
out.
social
Lay it out for
security-
the
that's right,
audience.
on the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the idea that the government makes a corporation out of you every time you're born with your birth certificate and your name is in all caps. And so you as a sovereign, your name is not in all caps.
My neighbors are aliens. There's no other way around it. We call them the aliens. My entire family calls them the aliens. Like I'll be like, oh, the aliens are home. Look what the aliens did today. And my kids know. We all are on board with the fact they're aliens. Evidence number one that I'm going to submit to you guys. I'm not going to show you their home because that would be rude and a violation of alien privacy law. But they have decorations for every single holiday, but ones that like don't make sense. So kind of like if an alien came to this world and we're like, what do humans do for all these holidays? And they're like, we must buy holiday decorations. Thanksgiving was done. Thanksgiving then changed to fall. So they took away the like turkey decoration, but then it just changed to like generic fall. Then it changed to Christmas. It's over the top Christmas, guys. Minute that Christmas is done, I kid you not, it's going to go to New Year's decorations. Who has New Year's decorations? Aliens. Okay? Their entire garage is full of decorations. I have seen the husband alien in there. He pulls up the garage door and it's just bins of decorations that were bought from like Party City by the captain from Zulu. I don't know what to say, but they're either aliens or a very smart writer that I work with was like, Audrey, they could be from the CIA. And I'm like, oh. I'm sticking with aliens.
I wonder what my neighbors think of me because, you know, I live in a 2-story, so I can kind of see in their backyards. And like one neighbor, it's full of poop, y'all, full of poop. I'm always in my backyard picking up poop every day. My front yard's clean. Like neighbors in the front, their yards are all dirty. I'm out there cleaning the cars every weekend. My garage is spotless. Like I wonder if my neighbors think like this guy's a freaking alien. Like what is he doing? It's all he does is clean his yard. I wonder what they think, y'all.
We could maybe do something else about it, but it is the biggest thing in the world, dude. Bigger than anything. Okay. It's fucking crazy. It involves two of the highest people in hip hop and everything.
Okay.
The king and queen. No.
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Waking up, I'll tell you that.
Stupid he is.
Most of the people, they ain't never gonna wake up. They ain't woke, they ain't never gonna wake up. And once you do, and you go down certain rabbit holes and you get certain information, and then you gotta come back around, the people that still sleep, that's probably the most frustrating shit ever. Is now you are aware, damn, this fake, this fake, this fake. The world is a stage. That the life that I'm living essentially is fake. They're giving us money that they made up, taking our time that we never get back just to pay them the money that they made up for things that was already here before they even existed.
It's
like
it's damn near
you know what I'm
it's damn near a gift and a curse. It's a gift because you're aware, but it's a curse because you're too aware. You're aware of everything, and it's like you see people that's just jolly walking down the street, just regular, like
don't care about nothing. They don't even know they get no Vaseline. They're happy as hell. Like,
you ain't got no worries, and it damn near if you're not able to manage your mind right, that you see why I understand why some of these people, these celebrities and stuff, they end up going crazy because they too aware of everything that's going on behind the curtain.
Oh, that's why they be having the mental breakdowns because they see shit behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
They doing stuff.
Probably too the feeling of wanting to do something right, but not being able to get enough people or have enough resources to really make some shit shake. Where it's like
They are high.
It's not the fact that the celebrities are seeing these things because we all see it. I mean, we know what's going on. We're not going crazy about it. It's the fact that they're doing it and it goes against their moral compass. that drives them crazy. They're acting in those things instead of us seeing it and we're exposing it. They're acting it out, doing it, and acting like everything's perfect and we're the crazy ones. That's what drives them crazy.
Advanced AI is from us. They're releasing new artificial intelligence and then gauging how outraged people are about it and how they feel about it, and then how long it takes for them to get over it and forget about it. This allows them to keep pushing the tolerance of how people tolerate AI and new AI, and then slowly integrate more into society until it's just considered normal. This can be used as a weapon. It can fabricate things. It can make people seem like they said something or did something. They released the Zora AI to everybody, and everybody was outraged by it, and then everybody got over it and forgot about it. So besides that type of AI, artificial intelligence also includes robots. I find it hard to believe that they don't already have robots created and they're just not telling people. Those robots are probably capable of doing your job 10 times more efficiently, and that's what you should be worried about. Not only that, robots don't think. They don't have consciousness like we do. We can think critically, deciding whether we want to do something, whether we want to support something. They can't. So when people don't fall in line, there'll be robots there to make us. So just remember that they don't care about you. All they care about is money and control.
When Kobe died, there was this whole thing that was surfacing about how Kobe at some point made some kind of metaphorical transaction that he would be willing to die young if he could accomplish everything he wants to in his career, kind of thing. And then he dies young. And then the whole connection with LeBron. And there's like this whole thing that people were saying was like some kind of ritual where they met in Philly at that game. And then like, I think it was like a few days later, he died in the accident. And you can look at all that kind of stuff and say, maybe it's hearsay. I don't know if there's any people that are athletes who implicitly say, I sold my soul to Satan to get to the NBA, you know?
Right.
But like when you have artists and musicians and actors saying these things, for anybody watching or listening, it's like, at what point do you need to have evidence before you start believing that there's an enemy out there that's warring for your soul, and that there is this thing called good and evil, and you're in the middle of it. The very people who you look at as sane people, oh, they're Hollywood, they're musicians, you know, they're people to be looked up to. When those very people are saying these things, at what point do you need enough evidence on the table before you start saying, you know what, I need to make a decision here, you know? And I feel like that's why I mentioned about how I feel like we're approaching like this finish line, because it just feels like my enemy is taking the mask off and saying, yeah, this is me, you know, and try to entice people just with rawness.
Even in the Bible, when we're talking about aliens, it's even in the Bible. I have children not of this flock. It's in the Bible. That sounds like aliens to me.
The book of Ezekiel, he was the first one to talk about aliens. Yeah, it's in the Bible.
And even the Bible itself, right? King James Version. Like, you got to really look at who wrote it. So King James, him and his clergymen, guess who was in that group? Shakespeare. Thee, though, thou. If you go to Psalms 46, go 46 words down, it's shake. 46 words up, sphere. He encoded his name in Psalms 46.
All right, so we're here in Hollywood Boulevard. They're going Jimmy Kimmel Live, right? But look at the top of the building. Look what it says. Freemasonry builds its temples among the nations and in the hearts of men. Look at this. This is no other than Hollywood Boulevard. But look, the Jimmy Kimmel Live building is a Freemasonry building. I'm telling y'all, man, Hollywood is filled with Freemasonry, sex trafficking, cult. It's crazy.
For me, one of the saddest things is there's a lot of people that get involved with this type of stuff and they think they're edgy and they really don't understand the danger and fire that they're playing with. They mustn't, because if they did, they wouldn't do it. And what's even scarier, there is several hundred registered satanic churches across the globe. There's ones in the shadows, unofficial ones. This is spiritual warfare, and we are living amongst the enemy.
Well, apparently they're all the same character. Okay.
Easy money.
No. 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 No.
It's funny.
This is why you don't drink Coke, okay? See that rusty nails? Watch this. This is why you don't drink Coke. That's why you don't drink soda in general.
I'm so glad I wasn't a soda drinker. I'd be 400 pounds right now the way I overdo everything. I don't drink my calories.
Quítalo eso por la mañana en 10 horas. Y vas a ver que el rest se va a quedar bien limpio, porque le pusimos Coke.
You guys see that? Coke cleaned the rust off the nails. So what it does to your intestines, you can only imagine. Don't drink it. Santa Cruz Auto Body, letting you know. Stay informed. Soda's bad for you.
Now, I know you've seen our post. New York City is sinking.
Yeah, I seen it.
You see that?
Yeah, I seen it.
The skyscrapers weigh around. Man, the numbers it differs depending on the article, but trillions and trillions and trillions of pounds, and it's sinking every year, sinking about an inch or two.
Oh, we seen all the movies.
Yeah.
We seen all the movies where the buildings fall in New York. Where do they get these ideas from? Yeah, where they get these ideas from, homie? We done seen this in the movies. And now they telling us, hey, man, this place sinking. It's about to go underwater. We ain't seen nothing yet. No, man, we ain't seen nothing yet, homie. They starting to have tornadoes up there now, too.
Mm-hmm.
Man, homie, the apocalypse shit is coming about, seem about right. Me and you won't see it, Sean. But our children will. Our kids will.
Man.
But it'll be all right. They won't know nothing else. So they'll be okay. They'll be able to handle it. It won't bother them as much as it bothers me and you. We couldn't imagine a building falling. We couldn't imagine a wave coming through, turn down, homie. No. It's going to be normal for them.
UPS announced 48,000 layoffs.
48,000? You know what's going to be funny? Is that if they can, it'll be 480,000. Because soon the UPS will be completely automated with like machines that will take the different like little packages that you get and they will deliver them to your door themselves.
What you're saying is that we're going to get disclosure. There's reptilians. There's, you know, these people who are in power. It reminds me of the movie They Live.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to say that.
Have you seen the V series?
No.
Oh, that came out, I think, in the 70s or 80s, but it's all about reptilians coming to Earth and they look human-like, but they're not.
Yeah.
And they embed themselves in human society.
We love movies like he's seen They Live as well.
They Live
So
is good.
They
We
Live,
may have some classes like that one day.
well, they already have.
They do.
Are they?
Back in Vietnam, they had this dye called Decillion, where these soldiers were putting this dye on their night vision goggles. And what happened was they saw these demons and these monsters flying around, and they were shooting at it, and they were actually shooting each other down because it was friendly fire, because they were seeing things that weren't there in our reality. But when you put the glasses on, you can see them. Kind of like Stranger Things.
Oh, that was
the Upside Down. It's all
It's
the movies.
always in the movies.
Right? So that dye, they banned it because you could see through another dimension.
Visible spectrum. How much do we see on the visible spectrum? It's it's like
yeah, like
tiny,
2%.
like a splinter of what we coexist within. And
Right. So all these things are well documented, and what we think is make believe. That's why they always put in the movies like They Live, put the glasses on, you can see things. And in that movie, which is crazy, they reference 2025. So they go to the headquarters of these aliens. The guys are overhearing like the overlord. He goes, by the year 2025, we're not only going to take over America, but we're going to take over the world.
Wait, that's in the movie?
That's in the movie. 2025. He says the year 2025.
That's what they're doing, right? Right on point. Right on track.
I'm willing to sell my soul to the devil, man, at the cost of our
Well, you
children.
think such a red sword of the devil?
Honestly, yes. No doubt about it. Anytime you have a young woman like that who promotes. Now, that's one thing what she does in her private life, right? What she does in her private life is okay. If she want to flip on a banister and hang from the chandelier and wear whatever the hell she want to wear in her home. But when you become a public figure, you have a responsibility to other people who come up under you. Whether you like it or not, you are a figure and you are influencing other people, right? There are a lot of children, right, who don't have proper mothers, because some people say, well, that's the parents' job. You can't blame, the artist, for.
So you're telling me niggas in the 70s used to get off of their 40-hour work week as a fucking milkman to their 2-story house that they own, mind you, with a Mustang in the driveway that they could use to drive to not 1, not 2, but 3 of their secret families that they take care of all simultaneously. Then go to the club that Friday. Not just go to the club, but go to the club where they're playing the new single that Michael Jackson just dropped. And there's a guy in the back selling $20 grams of pure Colombian. This is why I don't argue with boomers. Because imagine going from that and now somebody in 2025 is telling you I can barely afford my 1-bedroom apartment working 3 jobs. I would think that nigga trolling.
Yeah, it's a different ball game, y'all. I get comments all the time saying, well, when I did this and it's different, y'all. Right? You can't work a regular warehouse job nowadays and afford the house, have children, eat good, take a vacation you can't off a warehouse. Like, the cost of living is so crazy now, y'all. We get into it more on my second channel. Links down below if you guys are interested. We're dropping a video over there today.
Yeah. Talk to me. Every time like that, only way I can describe it, like, like a wormhole. Yeah. Right. The bass would hit, and it would just. Come on now.
You just got him in the back of a car.
That's gonna take you somewhere. Come on now.
No way there's a UFO up there.
I forgive him.
You will not sleep tonight once you see what's on my profile.
Yeah, I was watching Mayor of Kingstown last night, the season finale, right? I love that show. Highly recommend if anybody's got Paramount, Mayor of Kingstown. But in that episode, there is a white supremacist gang leader, right? He escaped prison. Little spoiler alert, right? I'm not going to give it away too much, but he said in that episode the same thing Kash Patel said about Charlie Kirk. That Godspeed, I'll see you in Valhalla, brother. He said the same thing. Now, I don't know if that's a famous saying. I don't know. But when I heard him say that, I was like, what the hell? He said that like to Charlie Kirk, this white supremacist gang leader, right? That's done so much harm and so much bad, said the same thing our FBI director said So I'm gonna try to find that clip. If not, I'll record it on my phone and I'll post it in tomorrow's video. But it was pretty crazy when I heard him say that, like just nonchalant, just said it, and I was like, damn, yeah, Cash Patel said that same thing.
So we all know that stadiums are built with taxpayer money, but I was just thinking about how crazy it is that they force you to buy a ticket to go into the building that you paid to build.
It's always cheaper on the Target app. Watch this. We're taking this book set. Where is it? $77.94. That's insane. No. Watch how much this is. No. No, thank you. I showed them my phone. They price matched, and then it was buy one, get one 50% off. Never.
The worst.
I mean, you gotta see it coming. These stores are all gonna start like Party City. My boy's birthday's coming up. Like, we can't go to Party City. We have to order his stuff on Amazon. There's nowhere to get, like, we're doing Paw Patrol, so there's nowhere to buy Paw Patrol birthday stuff, right? They force us to go on Amazon. Like, you got to think within, my son's life is Walmart. Is there going to be a Target? Is there going to be, all these little things to go out and go to the store? I mean, you got to, like, they're already forcing you to go online at Target. Like, who's going to go pay $80 for that where you can get it online for 60, 50, right? Doesn't make sense. They're forcing you to go online. They're slowly trending that way. So all these brick and mortar spots, you got to think they're all going to be shut down. Everyone's going to be okay with it.
Is tap water. The next thing would be like a shitty Brita filter or like $100 water filter that you put on your tap. That's like a D-, whereas tap water is an F. The next step would be that cheap filter. The next step above that is probably going to be like plastic spring water. The next step above that is going to be buying an RO water filter for your home, reverse osmosis. It's a 3-stage, usually carbon RO filter that's filtering out a lot of toxins and also a lot of minerals, but nonetheless, it's pretty good. You can buy it for like $400 or $500 and change the filter once a year. And so that would be very good. The next level, in my opinion, is distilled water, which is A-. Usually a distilled water is essentially a machine that boils water. The steam rises, cools, and then comes down into another tank. And when you boil water, the steam is basically, for the most part, contaminant free, other than VOCs, volatile organic compounds. But after the distillation process, you use a VOC filter. This all sounds complex, but it's like $700 and you literally just put it in your kitchen and you're done for life. I've been drinking that for 8 years. The next level above that, A++, is going to be clean spring water that you buy in glass or you actually go to the spring yourself.
I need somebody way smarter than me to tell me what is happening in this video.
Okay.
Someone please tell me.
My mom and I were hiking at a local trail next to the river, and we came across this rock.
Could you imagine?
That was
What is
floating
happening?
in the air. It did this for probably 5 to 7 minutes while we were there.
It's got a shadow.
My mom actually grabbed the rock and rubbed it to see if anything was attached to it.
touching that rock.
Nothing was.
Guys, what is going on?
And she put it down, and then it proceeded to float around like this again. Yeah.
Someone
so
said
what
the rock
going
is
on?
stoned.
Ha ha ha.
Y'all remember when the day after Christmas, everything used to be at least 50% off at Walmart? Well, now we got 25.
It is 25. I saw it yesterday. 25%.
Everything's 25 because they don't want to give no breaks. Those 50% off sales really used to hit, so on like the fragrance kits and stuff like that, but now you just get 25, baby.
The bees are collapsing, right?
Oh, of course. I know very well.
So we know this year we were told 70% collapse this year. That's staggering. That's incredibly alarming. But what's the real figure? The real figure is that's a 70% collapse of the 20% that was remaining. We're down to single-digit percentages of pollinators left right now. We know insect populations have declined. This is terrestrial and aquatic insect, 80 to 90% globally.
It's very noticeable. And if you don't believe it, remember the windshield on your parents' station wagon as a child in the summertime was covered in bugs. And that is not, I drive in a rural area every night and no bugs. That's real.
No bugs, no people. All the bees.
I don't know if it's just where I'm at now, this part of Texas, this part of the desert, but there's no wildlife out here. right? I've been out here for 2.5 years. I've only seen a coyote twice. I saw one on the mountain when I was hiking, and I saw one just driving down the street, and it was crossing the street. Right, Arizona, you see them everywhere. I haven't heard one cricket chirp. Haven't seen a cricket. I've seen crickets like at the park when you're walking and they're on the concrete, right? But I don't see crickets, outside. I haven't seen one cricket at my house outside. I don't see no dragonflies. I don't All I see out here are mosquitoes and houseflies. That's it. So I don't know if it's just the part of town I'm living at. I got to ask, are they still out there in Arizona? I'm guessing. But all I see out here are mosquitoes and houseflies. That's it. Is that just a Texas thing? Is there just no insects out here? No wildlife? No rabbit? My mom's got rabbits, quails that live under her shed in the backyard, right? Like they're road runners. It's just so much wildlife out there. Maybe it's just that desert, the Sonora Desert, is different than the Chihuahuan Desert. I don't know, but I don't see no dragonflies. Rarely see butterflies. Like it's just mosquitoes and houseflies. That's it.
You guys, they show us in the movies what's going on in real life. So if you heard of Mall World, okay, if you haven't, search it on TikTok. Your mind's gonna be blown away. And why this is not a good place to go to. So in the movie Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio, they go into a dream state. And you'll recognize that they don't want to disturb the peace there, because if they do, people will attack them. The people in the dream will try to kick them out. And that's exactly what happens.
Never seen that movie.
World, you guys. My amazing friend pointed that out. She's like, have you seen the movie Inception? Because exactly what your dream was, what you said, is what happens in the movie Inception. You guys, Mall World is not a place you want to go to, okay? You can astral project into other realms that are way better for you. Follow me and save this video if you want to learn how.
Not only does China manufacture all luxury brands, but they said if you need clean clothes, we got you. Watch this.
Do you want to buy laundry pots? Do you want a laundry capsule? Do you want laundry bits?
Wow.
One pot costs only 5 cents.
5
You
cents.
can get 20 pots for just $1. You have good quality with better price. 10 years factory in Guangzhou. If you want to be our agent, please contact me for free sample.
My man said 5 cents a pod. 20 pods for $1. $5 to get you 100 pods. Way cheaper than how much it costs here. These manufacturers in China ain't holding back at all. They say if you want it for the low, we got you. You want to put tariffs on everything? We gonna sell to your people anyway. We gonna cut out the middleman. If people haven't realized already, China's going to win the tariff war. Reason being, they have manufacturing plants that's ran by robots. America, on the other hand, has no manufacturing plants. And honestly, don't look like they coming back anytime soon, if at all. Most people are upset that they have been getting ripped off because stuff is for the low in China, but expensive over here. But as I always say, this is who y'all voted for.
Crazy that
And they give, China such a bad rep. Like, oh, your tools are made in China. Like, you need these tools. These are American, like DeWalt, Milwaukee. They're not made in America, I don't think. I think they're like in Mexico, DeWalt, right? But still, like the society makes you think like, oh, your shoes are made in China. Like you got fake ones, when really they're all made out there. And they come out here. And there's little stipulations like the meat for instance. Like if you buy meat, and I forgot what it says, but if they package it or butcher it here in America, then they can put, America raised or something like that. I forgot the exact, don't quote me on it, but I know that, say they ship it from China and it comes in a whole cow, but they butcher it and package it in America, then it's considered American. Those are the little games they play, the little laws they put in that you're allowed to say it's in America, but it's really from China. But they packaged it, they put the emblem on in America. So for that, it's made in America, right?
thing that's actually gotten cheaper are televisions. It's just like, hey, the world's on fire and everybody hates each other, but for $200 you can watch that shit in 4K.
Online, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello, Art.
Yes.
Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
Yeah, that's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. Oh man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
So you can't spend a lot of time on the phone. So give us something quick.
Okay. Okay. What we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, I'm sorry, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now, Art.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Discharge.
I started getting.
Well, that aged like fine wine, right? But you hear the terror in that dude's voice from 1997? That would have been the world if they're told us what they're telling us now about aliens back in 97. That would have been everybody. But now they tell us what this guy is saying, interdimensional. We don't know if they're from the ocean, from space. We don't know, but they're defying the laws of physics and the laws of gravity. They're defying all that. Nobody bats an eye. But if they told us that back in 97, it would be chaos. Like they show us in the movies, chaos, looting, and, people just going crazy. If they told us that in the 90s, everyone would be in terror like that guy. If they told us those things, they're infiltrating our military, our government. They can tell us that now. No one, it's just another day. Just another day of breaking news on the news.
Black and white floors in Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Or you see the black and white floors in the cathedrals.
Yes.
Or you see the black and white floors in the
A diner.
Freemasons temples or whatever you call them. That is for pattern recognition.
TVs in my house.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
I'm glad that he's saying.
Hold on a second. Hold on. You ain't got a TV in the crib?
No.
So what?
Well, at least not in my room. I don't have it in my room.
So tell me what you have. Hold on. Okay, you got a.
I watch everything on my laptop because again,
It'll screw your dreams up.
Yeah. So people a lot of people do this. They go to sleep with the TV on. I cannot do that.
I have to. I have to.
No.
Hold on. I'm learning something new.
Okay.
Tell me about this. This is new.
So there's a patent on your TV, on the technology, to where they can basically manipulate your nervous system with electromagnetic frequencies. Okay. You're an electromagnetic being.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a patent. Look this up. Everybody can pull this up on Google Patents. They're controlling you through your TVs. No bullshit.
Yep.
Okay, so hold on.
But I think people that fall asleep in the complete dark is fucking crazy.
I do that.
Yo. Okay, I'm about to expose something real quick because I need y'all to pay attention. If y'all don't pay attention to this, you're not going to get it. Do y'all see this First Baptist Church right here, right? In this big old building, this recreation gym, and they have this church office in this Mac gym, right? I'm about to show y'all something. That's going to blow your mind. I'm going to show y'all what's behind this church. Hold on. Yep. Just as expected. And the thing is, right?
Checkerboard.
What I'm doing right now is very dangerous by exposing this, but y'all need to understand something. If you don't know what this is, if you don't know what this symbol is, If you ever see that symbol and you're trying to go to a church, run for your life. Run for your life. You do not ever want to see this. Ever. Like I said, y'all, just because they call themselves Christians or they believe in God, what God do they believe in? What God do they serve? Y'all need to do your research, because what I'm showing y'all right now is important. If you go to any churches and you see these symbols, run. Get out as quick as you can. I love y'all.
Hey.
That's why I never recommend inhaling helium from balloons. Recently, a video went viral on TikTok where a girl decided to change her voice for fun and inhaled helium. At first, everything seemed harmless, but after a few seconds, her face turned blue. She stopped breathing and collapsed. Her younger sister at first thought it was just a prank, just like many people in the comments did. But no one knew that the girl was literally on the verge of dying. When you inhale helium, you displace the oxygen in your lungs. Your brain doesn't get any oxygen, and suffocation can happen in just a few seconds. Incidents like this have happened more than once before. What's even scarier is that after this video, teenagers keep repeating the same thing. Some do it for laughs, while others use balloons for much more dangerous reasons. Remember, what seems funny can end in real tragedy. This video is a warning. Save it and send it to your friends. And always be careful. It could save your life.
This right here should scare the crap out of you for so many reasons. So you know how every single year that goes by, it seems like more and more and more of your friends are unable to have a baby for some reason? Well, this right here is the fertility rate in 2005. As you see, it's pretty good. Not as good as the 90s, of course, but pretty good, right? Well, this is 2021. What in the world happened? And it's no surprise that New York and California are some of the lowest on this list, by the way. A decline in fertility that quick shows a decline of our overall health. For instance, even cancer has doubled in the last 40 years. I thought these people were supposed to be making us better. There are many things we can point a finger at, but one of the big things is the runoff of SI antidepressants. Check this out. Shrimp on Prozac are unaliving themselves. The runoff with all these antidepressants in it are literally in every body of water right now, affecting fish and obviously the humans who eat the fish. In this article, they're basically saying, without saying, that SSRIs basically mimic the female when they're breastfeeding, basically blocking that ability to become pregnant. Have those babies while you can, another 15 years based on this, and you won't even have a shot.
Do you really want to know why Walmart doesn't have Apple Pay? It's because they don't want their transactions to go through Apple when they get the customer data and the commission off of the transaction, opposed to when Walmart has Walmart Pay and they can keep customers in their own ecosystem and also keep customer data to resell and retarget. Just know it's corporate greed. That's all it is, corporate greed, bro.
Right in front of my plane, this is what we're carrying.
It's a big heart.
That's what this is about.
It's part of the fix. It makes me think of Michael Jordan's dad. He got killed on the side of the road.
Michael knew that. Michael knew that. They busted Michael. Michael ain't got no money. Michael broke. That's chump stuff.
It was like a gambling thing or something.
Okay, you know, gambling. Broke. But
Gamble
listen,
all
now,
that money away,
one big
y'all.
road, so we're gonna have to get. His wife filed for divorce, and they said, "He ain't got no money. Watch y'all just stay there." How did it come out? Because Michael Jordan, the restaurants he owned, he signed a contract where he would show up X amount of times a year, and they went to court and found he just had 2%. So when they busted him, shaving points. Then in the process, they said, "Oh wow, man, Magic Johnson's doing the same thing." So they said, "Oh, we're in trouble." That is basketball. So they made a deal. Magic, you say that you have AIDS. You will get out. kept gaining weight, man. Then the next thing you know, he was killed. Well, how come all them billionaire white folks that's dying from it didn't follow him? He never had it. Okay. And that big scandal with the basketball owner out there.
Oh yeah, Sterling.
Yeah, sure. So here's what they did with Michael. Found his daddy dead in a car. So I go talk to a couple state troopers. They say in the car, he just bought that car for his dad. And the name of the salesperson in Illinois, his car was up there. Voted magic and all, until we're going to get out. I'm just taking this is too hard. So he went to say, we're going to play baseball. And then once he cooled out, stay in shape, then he comes back. When Magic tried to come back, Malone said, I won't be out there playing with no AIDS.
I do think that at least a significant number of things that people think are aliens are demons. I'm going to say that, and I believe that for a few reasons. Number one, there is way more evidence for the existence of God than the existence of aliens. Way more. Bro, it's really interesting. Ephesians 2 describes Satan, listen to his language, as the prince of the powers of the air. So people are like, oh man, we're seeing all these unexplained phenomenon in the air and da 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 da. Okay. The Bible says that, hey, what is Satan? He's the God of this world and he's the prince of the powers of the air. Another one, if you go down the rabbit hole, and I do not recommend that for a reason I'm going to say in a second.
I agree with you.
There are a weird number of alien abduction, quote unquote, testimonies that they report that when they invoke the name of Jesus, that the encounter ceases. If you want to go listen, there's a podcast called Haunted Cosmos that has an episode called Evangelistic Aliens, where they trace, okay, all these people who claim to have had encounters with aliens, UFOs, what were the messages they were giving you? They're overtly religious messages that are like anti-Christ, anti-Christian messages. So then you start going like, well, what do demons do? They are agents of lies, intentionally, commissioned to lead people away from Jesus. Well, what does it seem like the quote unquote aliens do? That. Here's the last one that I'll say, dude. I have a person that I love very dearly and I'm very close to. Well, then this guy goes through a season of very, very severe depression. And I was very close to this guy. So then eventually he stumbles into a thoroughly Christian counselor. And this Christian counselor has him go through a checklist for essentially spiritual warfare. And one of the things on this guy's checklist was, it was like, hey, are you into the occult? Are you into this? Are you into that? No. And then one of the things on the checklist was, do you have a fascination or like, are you studying UFOs, aliens? And he was like, well, what's that got to do with anything? Yeah, I am. This guy explains to him that he believes there's a connection between these things. His Christian counselor disciples him. Hey man, I want you to fast for a season from having anything to do with that fascination or obsession. And this guy does that, devotes himself to a season of prayer. His depression is completely released. The two things that are the most important are, number one, understanding that my problems are more spiritual than I think they are. If this world is lorded over by a father of lies and there is the reality of unholy spirits, how much more do we need to be filled with the power of the Holy Spirit? Greater is he that is in us than he that is in the world.
Hey babe, is it true that pennies are now worth more than a penny?
Kind of. So anything minted before 1982 is 90% copper. And the price of copper right now is $5.85. So if you do the math on that, each one of those pennies before 1982 is actually worth like 3 cents. And they say before long, if prices continue to go up with precious metals the way they are, they're going to be worth like 25 cents a piece. So not all pennies, but if you save your pennies before 1982, they're going to soon be worth a lot. And they quit making pennies, so pretty soon they won't even be in circulation anymore. So the moral of the story is you should save all of your pennies.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Wait till you see.
I mean, prior to 1982, but imagine 50, 60 years from now when there's just no more pennies out there. You can't, like, still, if you go, buy something and they'll still give you some pennies back, right? But imagine 60 years from now when all the pennies are just people kept them. So they're very rare to see pennies. Imagine how valuable they're going to be. And then imagine how valuable the pre-82 ones are going to be. I have a like a piggy bank full of pennies, y'all, full of pennies. So I'm keeping all those. I'll probably start, organizing them like by years and whatnot and put them in those little coin things. But imagine like 60, like right now, no, they're not really like, but imagine 60 years from now when people can't get their hands on pennies, the nostalgia they're going to have, like how the Pokemon cards now, their 2000s Pokemons are like $10,000 now. Imagine pennies 60 years from now, like people are going to have that nostalgia for them and they're going to want to get their hands on those pennies and they're probably going to pay some good dollars for those.
Silver.
The symbols at the Hoover Dam in Nevada, these winged figures of Republic sitting right outside, maybe guardian angels or fallen angels. There's a 16-point star right next to it, and it's a compass, but it has the astrological symbols all around it. Also says to the magnetic pole of the earth, reminding us that this was built in alignment. Now, this plaque sits outside. Over 100 men lost their lives. Here is a photo of some of the men that were workers there, just looking to make a dollar. Now, remember that this dammed up the largest reservoir in the United States, which is called Lake Mead. Here it is. Remember, anything that is holding back water, that water is power. Water is power. And look at the symbol of the bridge there. Just the way everything is symbol. These little symbols are all throughout the plant. They say they also hold energy, but they also say they're Native American symbols. And there's just so much that can go on and on. I could just show you a whole bunch of stuff, but this was really intriguing and very highly energetic.
So they're building bunkers to survive this event. I believe wholeheartedly, yes. And I think, we got to look at the evidence of, is there evidence currently that billionaires are building bunkers? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
If they could get out of here some other way, they wouldn't need to build the bunkers. So they're building bunkers to survive this event. I believe wholeheartedly, yes. And if we look, I think that comparative mythology and oral history, and especially of the natives and indigenous tribes, are the best thing we can look at. If we look at the Dogon from Africa, all of their symbols encode this event, right? And if we look at the Hopi from the Southwest United States, I'm in Arizona. That's just kind of their area, the Four Corners. And they talked about this event where strange clouds during the day, moving stars at night, and wingless shields. To me, that sounds like sentient plasma or some kind of cloaked ships that we maybe don't even understand, right? The tales are that the Hopi that were pure of heart got led underground by these ant people, and they were help them survive this fiery cataclysm on the earth. And then, their whole emergent story is that they came from underground. So it all seems to fit, with what's going on with the elite bunkers and what the Hopi told us about the past.
The gracious too.
We stole everything we could.
From Rome?
From everybody. Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, Big Ron? Big T.
Yes, sir.
I'm from
Big
Make
Ron.
It Make Sense. Make this make sense, Ron.
Okay.
What's going on here?
First of all, you have to realize that we're showing off. Congress wants to show off.
Of course.
Because we have, we made it. We're here.
We got that tax money coming in.
We're doing fine. So they wanted this building cost $6 million.
In 1897?
1897 finished, and it came in under budget, but Congress wanted something that was over the top.
But this feels like Rome.
Thank you.
Why all the kids? Why all the griffins? Why all the lions? Why all the lies?
Every museum in Europe has signs of the Zodiac.
The Zodiac, that's...
Every museum in Europe.
This thing is insane, Ron. This thing is awesome.
All this marble from Siena, Italy.
Yeah, Italy, Africa, Tunisia, Algeria.
The red marble in there is
New Hampshire. Yeah, I know. Big Round. I come prepared. Yeah. I'm here to make it make sense. This is my first time in D.C. Oh, cool. Loving it. You got great people like you.
The granite from New Hampshire covers.
Yeah.
It's red brick and steel building.
What's up with the fountain in the front?
You
seahorses?
We'll go to friggin' Rome.
I love you, Ron.
We stole everything we could.
From Rome?
From everybody.
We stole it.
Europe.
We stole it.
We stole everything we could.
I need y'all to use y'all third eye. This is in Central Park, my nigga. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, some study somebody conducted says that gym equipment has 362 times more germs than a toilet seat. I believe it. Because y'all drag the damn germs from the damn toilet right on into the gym. You've been digging in your nose and in your ass and scratching your little dang and all that other kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Y'all try to put the little sanitizer spray on the seat. Half the time they ain't doing that. People catching all kind of yeast infections and rashes and ringworm and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Yep. Y'all been wondering what you talking to them dudes at the gym. You started messing with your trainer. He work out all the time. He spend all his time in the gym. Yeah, he look good, but your pH balance is suffering because because of the way he at. You thought he was cheating. He ain't cheating. He just in that dirty behind gym. Fella, same thing. You met her. She liked to work out and you been buying jock hitch ever since. Wondering where all this bacteria come from. Her. She's sitting out on that equipment and sweating and stuff. You need to start washing your clothes in bleach. Make her, throw some bleach on her when she bring her ass in from the house, from the damn gym. It's dirty in there. It's filthy. And you're bringing that stuff in the house. Wonder why you're itching all between all the corner, between your thigh and your sack meat. She ain't even cheating on you, but you need penicillin.
I mean, prior to 2020, nobody was wiping things down at the gym once in a while. They didn't even have spray bottles prior to 2020. Right? There'd be some people that would, get the tissue, whatever, the paper to dry your hands, whatever. Like they would get that and put hand sanitizer, on it, and then use the hand sanitizer to clean. But even still to this day, no one's cleaning the dumbbells, right? They'll clean the seat they're sitting on or the machine that they're grabbing, but they don't clean the weights after they rack them. They don't clean their dumbbells after they use them, right? But prior to 2020, nobody was doing that. Nobody was spraying the paper towel. That's what I was trying to say. Spraying that paper towel and then wiping the seat down or wiping. No, but still to this day, no one's cleaning those weights, right? I think the workers come through and they clean the seats at the end of the day, maybe before the day, but they're not cleaning the weights. They're not cleaning the plates. I don't know if they're cleaning the dumbbells. But if you go to the gym and watch, you'll see people cleaning their seats, cleaning the handles on the machines, but they're not cleaning the dumbbells. They're not cleaning the curling bars. They're not. They might be cleaning the barbells and all that. But prior to 2020, nobody was doing that. That all started in 2020.
Told me this whole thing about Al Pastor. He goes, you can't do pork from.
Really?
Yeah, he goes. He's like, I was, when he's a neurologist, well-known neurologist, and he said
not just a regular old
he's
neurologist.
He's good
Okay,
at Santa
that's
Monica, and he said that when he
good
was starting out the ER, every week, I see the concern in Kyle's face. Every week, somebody comes in with a brain worm from Al Pastor. There's something going on with the pork. Something
specifically Al Pastor.
Sorry, this is currently.
This is going to drive Jesse crazy.
He goes, don't do it. He goes, listen, eat. He's like, and then I was like, what is going on, and why is it so like? Yeah, I was a little
Al
like,
Pastor is
like
my favorite tacos.
like Mexican food.
Yeah, right.
But like he was like Mexican pork. He's like, I'm just telling you, I saw brainworms. People.
And is carnitas pork?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always target the children. You might know what this is. It's being sold directly to children from Legos. And yes, it's the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse in Revelation 6. Of course, we'll get to it in a minute. They always have subliminal programming. And very important for kids because they are literal sponges taking in everything from the world. It helps them create their narrative and what they believe they're living in. Why do they want these kids thinking they're living in the apocalypse? We'll get the Chinese mythology in 1 second, but first, of course, the white horse, the horse of conquest. The red horse, the horse of war, the black horse, the horse of inflation, and then the pale horse, where literal hell followed after him, and of course power was given to his rider, death over a fourth part of the earth, to kill with the sword, and with beast, and with everything else. Oh, wait, shout out to True Earther, otherwise I wouldn't have seen this. Selling it for $109.99. Of course they had to get the 3 6s in there, I mean, come on now. So I did a lot of searching in Chinese mythology, and in none of it were there ever 4 horsemen. There was one with 8, but not 4. And again, the colors, and even look at the black horse and his eyes being red. How symbolic, right? There is something very, very deep right here. Because if you pay attention to the media and everything happening right now, they are programming our children, specifically out of the pages of Revelation itself. Why? Because they want these things to come about, and they think they're going to defeat God. All the people that worship the devil think the devil is going to defeat God. We know he won't, but they'll try.
Here you've got nature's own bread and great value bread by Walmart, made in the same factory. I feel like I've always known that, but I just could never prove it with a video, but here it is.
When you read the book, The Last President by Ingersoll Lockwood, the same author who wrote the publication Barron Trump's Adventure. Now, when you get into the book, Last President, it's subjected to the Progressive Era in the Gilded Age during the times of the 1800s and the 1900s. But it's not only subjected to that timeline, because the book is a multi-dimensional publication that is actually talking about the timeline that we're living in right now, in between the years of 2025 and 2030. So there's a reason why Donald Trump, he said, so it begins. So this is the beginning points of the prophecy of the last president. Now, this is the first chapter of the book, The Last President, the first page. So when you break it down numerical codexes, you have to do a bait and switch with the numbers. So when you see the date, November 3rd of 1896, exchange it with November 3rd of 2025. So it says in the first paragraph, that was a terrible night for the great city of New York. But what happened during that time period, in 2025, that's when Zohran Madani was elected. See, when it comes to numbers is the infinite information portal that's connected to the golden ratio that collapses time. There's a reason why people say that Barron Trump, Donald Trump's son, is a time traveler, because all this is based on chaos and order, which is the pillars of severity and mercy. Now, the book, The Last President, is based on destabilization and civil unrest. Now, watch this video of what Zohran Madani says.
So, Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
So that video shows you the climate of the...
Real quick, y'all, real quick interruption. You see how his crowd went crazy when he said that? Like how much hatred they have for Donald Trump. But then this same guy that put that energy out to his audience, division, goes into the White House, stands next to Trump, and they're best buds. I'm Don. He's not a bad guy. He's a good guy. I just don't really believe in his policies. But I think a lot of the MAGA supporters, they're going to start to like him. Trump's not that bad. He's not that bad. But he created all this division over there. Right? He created all this division. But behind closed doors, when they're face to face in front of us, he's not that bad. So what were they doing off camera? You know what I mean? How they create this division and how his crowd has all this hatred. But when they go face to face, he doesn't got that same energy. Neither of them do. So that's what I'm trying to change is quit falling for these politicians and these lies. Because behind closed doors, they're best buds.
Political infrastructure, because the Democrats are operating outside of constitutional fold of government, because you're having a war within the government. The Democrats versus the Republicans. Esoterically meaning Luciferians versus the deep state shadow government. Which is why you're seeing all these industries basically going down, all the corporations, all the trafficking, right? And this is going to beget more chaos. All I'm going to say is that this game that we call life is about to get harder, because we're going through the great purification period, which is also a form of liberation. So the game is about to speed up. We about to go from all-star mode to Hall of Fame mode, because we in end game.
Our government is doing such crazy shit with psychics that people don't believe it. This is just me talking to the void. I regret looking up the CIA documents on psychics. I regret learning about how they studied psychics and their techniques. I regret trying it because no one believes you. Like, nobody believes me. Like, even medical doctors, they will look at you like you're crazy when you start to talk about the things that you experience in a deep meditative state. So, which is wild to me, because what do you mean that there is a church on every fucking corner of every fucking street in this country, right? And people go and they go, I talk to God. I talk to angels in the sky, okay? And everyone goes, yeah, they're normal. They're mentally well, okay? But then I say it, and I'm not in a church, right? And I say, yeah, I saw angels. Yeah, I talked to spirit guides. And then suddenly you start getting looks like, are they having a mental health crisis? Religious psychosis is real, but when you're talking about things that are objectively true in the way that other people have reported these things to such depth and detail across time, across religions, people who are not connected to each other, and you can look at that and say, religious psychosis, that's just not acceptable to me. I feel like ever since learning more about what the government knows about psychics, about their methods, about how people get in these deep meditative states, it's done me some good, but it's also done a lot of harm when I try and express what's happening and to just get the look, you know, the fucking look when you're trying to tell someone like, oh yeah, I like talk to spirit guides, and they look at you like, oh, this one's a little broken. Like, no, this one opened a fucking book. This one went, what? The army? The government? Like, they were studying psychics? Like, what's the Monroe Institute? Who's Robert Monroe? I am literally just someone who read books and then tried it and then ended up in these crazy fucking places. I'm crazy? I didn't come up with it. Anyway, it's weird because before I experienced all of this stuff, I think I could have seen a video of someone just like me and been like, honey, religious psychosis. But when you have so many cross references to other people's experiences, to literature, to bibliographic fucking sources, like, I don't know, man. Almost wish I knew less about what our government knows, because even me talking about the 0.5% that the government knows about psychics, people give me crazy looks. Can you imagine what they're not sharing with us? I'm in the 1% of their the things they've released. It sounds unbelievable. No wonder they're not like releasing everything. It doesn't matter. They could release every fucking thing on psychics and people would be like, that's not true. And then they'll still go to church. I don't know. Talking to the void.
All right, family. There you have today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You made it this far. It's an hour and 8 minutes, y'all. You gotta leave a like for that long banger I just gave you guys. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I gotta go react to my second channel. It's gonna pop up over here if you guys are interested. Different type of TikToks over there. They're TikToks, but they're different, y'all. They might not be your style. If not, I understand. I wish I would have did what I'm doing over there over here, because I think my channel would be 10 times bigger. But I kind of, you know, dug myself into a box over here and just sticking to these type of TikToks. So that's what we're gonna leave. If I do anything other than these TikToks, you guys lose your freaking mind and unsubscribe and leave. So if you guys are interested, if y'all really rock with me, go check out my second channel over there, y'all. We're gonna get into some Disneyland debt, you know, the prices of Disneyland, how crazy they are now. We're gonna get into that on the second channel, y'all. So if you guys are interested, but if not, I'm gonna throw up a playlist over here for you guys. Go down that rabbit hole. This is Segovia signing out of the Man Cave. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Later.